In 1872, the U.S. Department of Interior surveyed the entire area of central Oklahoma, laying out a grid of 1 mile square sections. At this same time, the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railroad created a plan to build a line from Gainesville, Texas to Arkansas City, Kansas, straight through the heart of Indian Territory. Momentum steadily grew for the area to be open to settlement. It was spurred on by groups known as boomers.
So the boomer movement dates from the late 1870s. And boomers were people who were booming or making noise for opening Indian Territory to white settlement.
The grandfather of former Mayor Clyde Schroyer came to Oklahoma during the 1889 run. Clyde's great-uncles came much sooner as boomers.
It was the kind of thing that they wasn't really proud of, but they felt like it was the thing to do. They could see there was great advantage in coming to see whether or not there was land in Oklahoma that was any better than West Kansas or what else was left.
The military regularly rounded up and arrested boomers found in Indian Territory. Regiments involved with this work were primarily black units formed during the Civil War, a situation that only bolstered support for the boomers.
So what Easterners were reading was that black people were arresting white people for the crime of trespassing on land owned by red people. And given the condition in post-Civil War America, that meant that the white folks who read the newspaper were saying, what? You can't have blacks arresting whites, and especially you can't have that happening for trespassing on Indian land. That's not a crime, it's our land.
In the midst of all this was the railroad. By 1887, it had completed the line across Indian Territory, designating watering stops along the route. The current location of Moore was one of those original stops and likely served as the encampment for railroad workers. Many believe this was the time and place when Moore's first permanent resident arrived on the scene, a man named Henry Applegate.